Plasmodium. Plasmodium. Family Plasmodidae. Plasmodidae. Heterogeneous parasite. Schizogony occurs in vertebrae and gametogony and sporogony in invertebrate. Pigment. Hemoglobin is usually formed in the host cell except Leucocytozoon species. Genus Haemoproteus, Leucocytozoon and Plasmodium. Members are commonly called malarial organisms of bird, mammals and man. Culicin mosquito act as vector of bird malaria, whereas Anopheline mosquitoes act as vector of mammalian and human malaria. Plasmodium species found in bird and animal. Species definitive host vector. Plasmodium gallinaceum, chicken culex aedes species. Plasmodium reticutum, pigeon culex aedes species. Plasmodium bupelis, buffalo unknown. Zoonotic species of Plasmodium. Species definitive host vector. Plasmodium cynomolgi, monkey and man Anopheles species. Plasmodium novesi, monkey and man Anopheles species. Plasmodium similum, monkey and man Anopheles species. Species of Plasmodium found in man. Plasmodium falciparum Anopheles, malignant tertian मलेरिया और फेल्सीपेरा मलेरिया और सब टर्शियर मलेरिया. प्लाज्मोडियम वाइवेक्स एनाफिलीज स्पीसीज बिनाइनिंग टर्शियर मलेरिया और वाइवेक्स मलेरिया. प्लाज्मोडियम मलेरी एनाफिलीज स्पीसीज क्वार्टर मलेरिया. प्लाज्मोडियम ओवेली एनाफिलीज स्पीसीज माइल्ड टर्शियर मलेरिया. स्पोरोजोइड इज द इन्फेक्टिव स्टेज. क्रिप्टोजोइड इज कॉल्ड फर्स्ट जनरेशन प्री इरेथ्रोसाइटिक Cyzone. Second generation pre-erythrocytic cyzone are metacretozoids, whereas phenorozoids are called exoerythrocytic cyzone. By exflagellation process, 6-8 flagella-like microgamete occurs from microgametocyte in the mosquito gut. Life cycle of Plasmodium. Life cycle of Plasmodium. Life cycle of Plasmodium. A mosquito once infected remains infected for its lifespan, transmitting malarial parasite every time if it take a blood meal. Release of merozoid from RBC is associated with fever in case of human malaria. Fever does not appear to be a characteristic syndrome in avian host. On entering the RBC of vertebrate host, the merozoid rounds up to form a trophozoid, then cingulate ring form developed inside the RBC. Pathogenesis and clinical sign. Chickens are more susceptible than adults, but symptoms consist of progressive emaciation, anemia, paralysis, cerebral stroke, etc. Plasmodium diagnosis on the basis of clinical sign by demonstration of trophozoids inside the RBC. Plasmodium treatment: primaquine, chloroquine, pyrimethamine, etc. Plasmodium control: primaquine, chloroquine, pyrimethamine, etc. Plasmodium control: mosquito control by regularly spraying suitable insecticide at breeding palace of mosquitoes. Avoid waterlogging around poultry houses as well as human habitats to prevent mosquito breeding by using prophylactic drug like chloroquine to check the Plasmodium infection. Haemoproteus Family Plasmodium. Heterogeneous parasite. Zygogony occurs in vertebrate and gametogony and sporogony in invertebrate. Pigment hemozoin is usually formed in the host cell except Leucocytozoon species. Genus Haemoproteus, Leucocytozoon and Plasmodium. Haemoproteus definitive host. Haemoproteus scolumba affect pigeon and dove, where Haemoproteus malagridis found in Turkey. Haemoproteus vector Hippobocidi fly, example Pseudolanchia canariensis or Pseudolanchia mora. Haemoproteus morphology. Gametocyte is elongated crescent shape found inside the RBC which partially encircle the nucleus of RBC in the form of halter. Haemoproteus morphology. Gametocyte partially surrounded the cell's nucleus. Multiple refractile golden brown particles of hemozoin pigment. Haemoproteus morphology. Infective stage. Sporozoid which form cytosol containing 50 or more unpigmented uninucleated cytomeres. Life cycle of Haemoproteus. Sporozoid elongated cytosol ones release merozoid into circulation. Gamon in erythrocyte bite insect vector sporozoid. Haemoproteus pathogenesis and symptoms. Infection is usually symptoms, but in very heavy infection affected but may appear restless, anorexia, anemia, enlarged liver and spleen etc. Diagnosis. Haemoproteus diagnosis by demonstration of halter shaped gametocyte inside the RBC in strained blood smear. Haemoproteus treatment. Anti-malarial drug like Primequine etc. are useful. Haemoproteus control. Treatment of infected bird by controlling vectors Pseudolanchia fly by spraying insecticide. Leucocytozoon. Family Plasmodium. Heterogeneous parasite. Zygogony occurs in vertebrate and gametogony and sporogony in invertebrate. Pigment hemozoin is usually formed in the host cell except Leucocytozoon species. Genus Haemoproteus, Leucocytozoon and Plasmodium. Genus Leucocytozoon. General characters. Leucocytozoon is the largest hemoparasite encountered in bird. Heterogeneous parasite. Zygogony occurs in vertebrate and gametogony and sporogony in invertebrate. Genus Leucocytozoon. General characters. Leucocytozoon gametocyte does not contain retractile pigment. Gametocyte stage of Leucocytozoon species found in lymphocyte and or may be in erythrocyte in infected bird. Leucocytozoon species definitive host vector. Leucocytozoon simondi, domestic duck Simulium species. Leucocytozoon smithi, Turkey Simulium species. Leucocytozoon collei, chicken, Turkey etc. Culicoid species. Leucocytozoon morphology. Gametocyte. Mature gametocyte of leucocytozoon is an elongated oval body found inside the lymphocyte and erythrocyte. Host cell nucleus is compressed to side of cell and for a narrow dark bands. Leucocytozoon morphology. Zygogony occurs in the endothelial and parenchymatous cell of liver, kidney, lungs, brain etc. Megalocyzoned, more numerous than hepatic cyzoned, found in endothelial cell of lung, kidney, brain etc. Infective stage. Sporozoids are inoculated into definitive host by the infected fly. Life cycle of Leucocytozoon. Leucocytozoon pathogenesis and clinical sign. Young birds suffer more than the adult bird. Clinical signs include anorexia, anemia, listlessness, greenish, diarrhea, etc. White spot found on the heart muscles in leukocytosome infection. Diagnosis by demonstration of gamma found inside the lymphocyte and erythrocyte in stained blood smear and the megalocytozones in impression smear of lung. Leukocytozoon treatment: pyrimethamine pulse sulfonamide as prophylaxis, whereas in clinical cases furazolidine or pyrimethamine is effective. Sulfamonammethoxine sodium drug is also used in treatment. Control: preventive medication with pyrimethamine and sulfadimethoxine in the feed can be used. Insect vector control is helpful but difficult. Thank you.